I don't know why I end up wearing this hoodie every time. Hi guys, since I last saw you, it was my birthday. Yay! And amongst the many things that my mom is very skilled at, she also makes cakes. So this year, because of my surgery and because I had a lot of shoots coming up as well, I've been on a major health kick and a very strict diet. So when my mom asked me about a birthday cake, and for the record, for all special occasions, birthdays, Christmas, my mom has to make a cake. And don't get me wrong, it's not a bad thing. Everybody looks forward to my mom's cakes, because they're absolutely amazing. So my birthday this year was no exception. It was not an option, my mom had to make me a cake. So because I was on a strict diet, I suggested that maybe she make me a cupcake or a batch of cupcakes, because at least then I can eat one and then everybody else can finish the rest off and I don't have to feel too guilty about straying from my diet. So my mom said, okay, I will make you a birthday cupcake. So she went away and came back with this. This cake is bigger than your regular standard birthday cake, and here's a size comparison just so you can see how big this amazing cake really was. But my birthday was amazing. Thank you so much for your messages and your gifts as well. I got to spend time with my friends and I also got treated a couple of times for dinner, and obviously you saw I got to see Ellie Goulding live, which was amazing as well. So I've kept myself busy the last week or so with a couple of music projects, but also I had my pre-op appointment yesterday. I have just got back from my pre-op assessment and everything is fine apart from the fact that I started coming down with a cold yesterday. So they've got to keep an eye on that. And if it gets any worse, then we might have to delay it. But otherwise, everything is good to go. I'm very nervous at this point. And I know I probably shouldn't be, but I am. But there's plenty to distract me in the meantime. Tonight we have the last but one shoot for the next video, which I'm really excited about because it's the choir shoot in the church. So it's quite an elaborate setup, probably the most elaborate for this video. And then we've got one more shoot this week, and then that's it. Rebel Ben Part 3 is a wrap. And it won't be long after that you get to see what happens with Rebel Ben in the next part of the saga. So until then, bye-bye. And I want to give a very special thank you to my Rebel Choir from yesterday's shoot. Thank you so much for your help and being a part of this video. So before I go ahead and introduce the next Ask Ben segment, the introduction itself is actually an Ask Ben. And I'm sure you guys can figure out exactly who asked this. Aloha o Bentley ko ui noa. Ask Ben e kumo mai. Ask Ben. I have no idea if that was any good. Len on YouTube asks, will you ever consider releasing some of your music as instrumentals? A few of you have been asking me about this and I certainly want to get more of my instrumentals out for you. So as soon as I have time, I'll get them ready. Awakening Hero asks, what inspired you to sing your songs in Japanese? So I was working with Japanese composers and artists for a while, and that kind of got me influenced and drawn into Japanese music and Japanese culture. But I actually didn't properly start singing my songs in Japanese until I was signed for my first album. And it was literally a case of, oh crap, now I have to put out an album that is 80-90% Japanese. When we were spitballing ideas with EMI Universal Japan, I actually did demo a song in Japanese just to see what it would sound like and what it would sound like to a Japanese native, and they liked it. They thought it was cool, and while my Japanese, I'm sure, was not perfect, having a foreigner sing it and having that kind of that foreign twang to it, I guess, apparently Japanese people found it endearing, so the decision was made then to record the majority of the album in Japanese, and that's pretty much how it started. Draconai asks, what was the inspiration for Dark Ben, and will he be making an appearance in future music videos? So Dark Ben, or the Axiom as he's also known, appeared in the video for Axiom Artists and kind of wanted to create this mythical leader of the Truth Stalkers, I guess. So that's essentially how we came up with him, and obviously I wanted him to look very different to how I normally look, so we came up with the long straight hair, although now my hair is kind of similar length, and the makeup and the dark eyes to make him look kind of otherworldly, and that's pretty much how we came up with him, really. Paul asks, would I ever consider releasing an album on vinyl? Again, I've had a few of you ask about this, and this topic is kind of fascinating to me. If you listen to what's going around at the moment, there's this supposed vinyl boom that's going on and this resurgence of vinyl records. Whether that's the case or not, all I can tell you is that having vinyl manufactured right now is still very, very expensive. So for me to put one of my albums out on vinyl means that the end price would be so high just to cover manufacturing costs. I don't think it's something that I want to do. Unless there's a lot of you that want vinyl, then I might consider it as kind of like a limited edition, but I don't think that's right for me right now. Cindy Kitty has a good question. Because of the rebellion, is Bandana Monday no longer a thing? Sad face. To be fair, it makes me sad too. I miss Bandana on a Monday. But I've grown quite attached to Rebellious Mondays as well, so maybe we need to start allocating days of the week. Let me know your thoughts on this. Sare asks, have you watched any anime that you've done a cover of? Yeah, I have watched Evangelion and Keteki yo Hitman no Ribbon. The other animes I've watched I haven't done a cover of, so maybe I should watch more, maybe I should cover those songs instead. But those two, I've definitely seen those two. Lisa asks, you mentioned talking with peeps in Japan, could a new project be in the works? Tristan has a couple of questions. What are your plans for music this year, and do you have any plans for another collaboration with the Truth Stalkers? Well, if I told you all my plans right now, I wouldn't have any surprises for you guys. But I definitely do want to do another collaboration with the Truth Stalkers at some point. The last one, which of course was Axiomatis, it took such a long time to put the material together and compose a song and get all the video footage together as well, so it's a lot of work. I do want to do it again, but I will have to put some serious time aside first. John asks, I'm curious, when did you begin singing? Have you taken a lot of training? So I think I mentioned before that I was writing and producing for other artists, and then one of their managers suggested to me that I start laying down songs with my own vocals on because he thought they sounded quite good. So that's kind of how I got started singing, and it just kind of snowballed from there. I haven't had that much training. I'm quite lucky because one of my regular collaborators, which is Nick, he's also a vocal coach. So I get free training from him. But quite early on, when I did have a manager, they sent me for vocal coaching, and the thing I objected to, at least with this vocal coach, was that they tried to get me to sing like somebody else, which goes against everything I fundamentally stand for. So after that, I never went back to vocal coaching until I met Nick, and Nick has taught me so many things, and he is a great teacher. He's a great guitar teacher, he's also a great vocal coach. So yeah, if any of you guys want to book a lesson with him, highly recommended. Shugo asks, what is your most cherished or hilarious high school moments, age 15 to 18? Now I've got to be honest, I didn't have that good a time at high school. I was lucky, I made a few lifelong friends there, but unfortunately, yeah, I really didn't enjoy high school. There are a lot of not so nice people there, both pupils and teachers. So most of my cherished memories were from outside of high school. And that would be with my close circle of friends, and we'd go out all the time, we'd have adventures in the city, and we were a little bit rebellious. We were rebels even back then. We would sit at the bus stop drinking cheap wine out of the bottle because we were really, really classy like that. Do as I say, not as I do. Drink responsibly. Do not drink underage. It's bad, very bad. And then we get the bus, go into the city, and maybe try and get into some of the clubs. Those were probably my best memories, hanging with my friends outside of school. Okay, so that's about it. This is probably gonna be my last vlog for a while. But like I say, I've got my surgery in a couple of days, so by the time this video comes out, I'll probably have already had it, I'll probably be in recovery. This is assuming that my cold doesn't get any worse and my surgery is delayed. So come follow me on social media, I'll put the links in the description. I will keep you updated with my progress and let you guys know how things are going. Like I say, I want to take you on this journey with me, so until then I will sit tight, keep my fingers crossed, and I hope to see you guys again very, very soon. Bye bye! Aloha! O Bentley ko ui noa!